Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. Man, it's like a war going on right now. Which fighter's going to survive? Absolutely crazy. Let's start off, man. Look, Lamont Roach and William Zepeda, they're going to be scrapping. And I'm listening to the people's response. They're like, boy, Shakur Stevenson, Hood, you didn't think he was going to beat Zepeda. I said Shakur should be the favorite. But I don't know how he's going to handle the volume, the conditioning of William Zepeda. And Shakur went in there, and I ain't gonna lie, man. I have nothing to say about Shakur except he's the truth. He proved that he could fight in a style that he doesn't care to fight in, but if he decides to, he can do it, and he did it. He did very well, and he dominated Zepeda, very one-sided. So now Lamont Roach gets an opportunity to show everyone, okay, what happened with Gervonta? Yeah, he took a knee. I should have been awarded a 10-8 round, but you know what? I got jerked in that fight. Yeah, what happened with me and Pitbull Cruz? You know, I felt like I won that fight. I got jerked in that fight. Well, this is his opportunity, man, to say, 3 times is a charm to finally get a win. All these draws, nobody want that shit. Draw, it begins with a letter D. It sounds like playing the game. Duck, duck, goose. Is this what we're doing? Draw, draw, goose? Is Zepeda going to be that goose that gets cooked by Lamont Roach? And I'll tell you what, hardcore boxing fans love this shit. They're like, all right, finally, let's go Lamont Roach, let's go Zepeda. But many fans believe Lamont Roach has become one of the most underrated fighters in boxing. They feel like, this man still ain't getting the respect he deserves. He was fighting down at 130, went to 135, 140. They're like, y'all ain't putting no respect on his name. He's technically sound, disciplined, durable, mentally tough. What's the problem? You know what I'm saying? Then you got Zepeda. We all know that man's like a machine. You know what I mean? Like an alien, man. A different kind of species. That pressure that he's able to put on in fights, ridiculous. High punch volume, the body attack. The man never stops throwing punches. He's in a different kind of shape. But many observers believe Roach will have moments of success early. And then in the late rounds, we're going to see because, if he doesn't hurt Zepeda, then what's going to happen? That pace is vicious, but Lamont Roach trains hard. I think Lamont Roach and Zepeda, I don't think it's going to be an issue of conditioning. I don't think it's going to be an issue of who hits harder. I don't think it's an issue of volume. I just think it's who can capitalize at the right moment. You know what I'm saying? There aren't many fighters who've kept Zepeda off him an entire fight. So fans are split. Some see Roach pulling off the masterclass. Others believe Zepeda's pressure will overwhelm him. I see it differently. I think that fight's going to start off. It's going to be very competitive, but it's going to boil down to who can capitalize on opportunities. And right now, I don't know who that's going to be. But talk about somebody who's capitalizing on opportunities. Sorry, sound like I had peanut butter in my goddamn mouth. Dave Allen. Damn, Eddie Hearn is talk about, John Travolta staying alive. Staying alive. Dave Allen continues with his career. Eddie Hearn already promised this man. He said, look, we're going to get you another huge fight. Now, my thing is, I'm rooting for him. You know what I'm saying? I'm glad he's getting another opportunity. He's obviously a fan favorite. You know what I'm saying? He's honest, tough, entertaining. But him and Joe Joyce. Joe Joyce is, he's like a wild card. You know what I mean? You don't know what you're going to get with Joe Joyce. Is he old, chinny? What's going to happen with Joe Joyce if he faces Dave Allen? Or does Joe Joyce still, even though he's not the man he once was, the fighter he once was, is Joe Joyce still going to be able to get in there and perform? And him at his 25%, is that still too much for a guy like Allen? Now, I'm telling you, before this fight would be ridiculous. Joyce against Allen, are you crazy? Who's taking it to the stupid over there? But right now, that shit probably going to be very competitive. You know why? Because Joyce has absorbed too much punishment, enormous punishment. Allen's riding confidence. Yeah, he just lost Makhmudov, Tyson Fury, but hey, he damn near had Makhmudov out of there. The Tyson Fury fight, he fought Hrgovic, I'm sorry. Makhmudov fought Fury. He fought Hrgovic. I mean, we all knew that was coming. Hrgovic is in his prime. The man is a monster. I knew that was a mismatch. But he tried. He just got them damn Croatian bing-bings put on him. He was just out of his class. But Joyce and Allen are both fan favorites. So the fight sells itself because you know what you're going to get. The ultimate mashup crashup. Now, something that you probably didn't know you were going to get, and probably don't know if you want to get it until age 40, is Anthony Joshua fighting another 3 years to age 40. He'll be 37 this year and said he can fight to 40. So is it that he's just out here on the paper chase, or he has far more boxing left in him than people originally thought? That's the question. Now, he still draws huge crowds, sells pay-per-views, generates massive revenue. Shit, even after losses, AJ remains one of boxing's biggest attractions. Yo, he really is one of the faces of boxing. People talk about Canelo, but people forget about AJ. AJ has been that guy for quite some time. Now, as far as who he's going to fight, he's fighting Prenger. But after Prenger, this is where it gets interesting. He talking about fighting Fury. That fight's already a done deal. He expects to beat Fury. Then he wants to fight Itauma. Let's be real here. Let's be real. Although AJ can still lose, he can remain a massive attraction, and very few fighters have that luxury. AJ and Fury, cool, right? They both from the old school. Shit, I'm from the old school. But you try to put him in here with Itauma? He want to fight Itauma? To that I say, in the most respectful way, Mr. Anthony Joshua, I rock with you. But hey, yo, hold your horses and stop taking it to the stupid. Moses Itauma's looking like that guy. But you know what? I'm going to tell you something about Itauma that I noticed. I don't know how many people notice this. Itauma likes to come in, feint, up and down, jab to the body, come upstairs. He's predictable with his punch combinations. They're sharp, they're fast, they're hard. But he's predictable. He does the same shit over and over. Same pattern that Joshua got him doing that pull counter. You know what I'm saying? Pull right hand. He learned a new trick from Ben Davis, and that shit didn't get him too far, and then with Dubois did it. So if I'm seeing it, I'm sure they're seeing it. You know what I mean? And I ain't gonna come out here and take it to the stupid and say, shit, I can get in there and beat Itauma. Nah. What I'm telling you is I'm seeing the pattern. Very predictable. And I'm not saying he doesn't have more shit he can do. He probably like, yeah, I can get away with doing this and keeping the fight simple. I'm going to do it. I'm just telling you, if I see it, and Anthony Joshua sees it, and he's training out there with U6 team, you just never know. But right now, I just have a hard time putting him and Fury. I think AJ gets Fury. But Itauma, I got to go with Itauma. Anyway, we'll see what happens there, just like we're going to see what happens with ZUFFA Boxing and these sanctioning bodies. These motherfuckers going to war, man. It should become one of the biggest stories in boxing. And I'm going to keep pumping into it, man. We need to discuss it. You see, you got fighters out here now who want to go to ZUFFA, but they still want legacy. They want greatness. They want to win the WBC, WBA, IBF, WBA titles. They want that. They don't want to deal with these obstacles regarding these sanctioning bodies and all the political bullshit going on. So fighters are like, yo, I got to choose the traditional championship system or ZUFFA's vision of boxing. Why can't I just go over there and get the money and still fight for the belts? And I think it's because the sanctioning bodies just want to get paid. I think they're sorting that out, but I think it's unfortunate. You should want the fighter to make a bunch of money. Go make your dough. If it was me, as far as them belts, I'd be like, yo, adios, amigos. I'd be my ass to ZUFFA, getting my money. I wouldn't care. 3 fights a year, y'all pay me 5 times, 8, 6, 7 times more than what I get with a traditional promoter. I'm out of there. But I just think this whole situation is dangerous because some fighters can lose opportunities. And hey, at the end of the day, it's called prize fighting. Fight for the prize. You know, fighting for no damn title. Go get your money. Because even as a champion with a title, cool, you got a little bit of shit to put on in your love me office, on your love me wall, and your love me shelves. But at the end of the day, I'd rather have the money. And y'all, remember, I've been retired 8, almost 9 years. And I know what it's like to have your money right and feel good about yourself. I also know what it's like to have legacy and a bunch of accolades and my own. Most of my shit is in totes, but I got some shit over there on my walls and shelves. But I goddamn son. He ain't messing with the damn thing. But I know what it's like. But I'm going to tell you, there's nothing like waking up and knowing you got peace of mind because you're financially set. So I think all those guys, man, if the sanctioning bodies and ZUFFA can't sort it out, fuck it. Just go get paid until they make up their minds on what they want to do. But I tell you what, man, sanctioning bodies have become way too powerful. And this is just highlighting the perceived corruption thwart the sanctioning bodies. You know what I mean? It's all bullshit. So I think sanctioning bodies eventually going to become irrelevant because they gotta be careful with the way they're moving. You piss off them fighters. All them fighters going to go to ZUFFA. That ZUFFA title going to become sought after because you got a boxing civil war going on right now. You know what I'm saying? A lot of names have gone to ZUFFA already. And let me tell you something. Just like when these fighters were first going over to the Zone and Matchroom and Eddie Hearn, attention follows fighters. Money follows fighters. Fans follow fighters, not organizations. This is why many believe boxing could be entering one of the biggest power shifts in modern history. Them sanctioned bodies better figure it out and shut up and cooperate and go with the flow so that they get something opposed to nothing, because without the people, without the fighters, sanctioned bodies are nothing. Nothing. They get paid off their sweat equity is what they're getting. They ain't doing shit. I'm not saying that it's not cool to get a belt. I'm just saying, what are they doing? So it is what it is. But talk about something that somebody's doing. Devin Haney, Keyshawn Davis. I think Keyshawn Davis is about to be named Devin Haney's mandatory. He's ranked #1 by the WBO. But I'm telling you what, man, this fight is generating enormous attention. Fans are shocked by how much buzz it has, you know, and I'm shocked too, because that's why I'm like, damn, this shit, ain't nobody talking about Earl Spence and Tim Tszyu. Nobody talking about Jerron Anderson and Zayas. They talking about Keyshawn and Devin Haney. Maybe because it's breaking news, it's fresh, maybe that's why, but I'm just like, yo, shit seems a little personal to me, man, and maybe it's because it's got young superstar energy, social media drama, Olympic pedigree, style clashes. You can make a really good storyline with Devin Haney and Keyshawn and everything they've gone through as amateurs, or the different accolades as amateurs, and what they've done as pros, and the good and bad, and the controversy surrounding both of them. I mean, it makes for a really good, I think, championship experience for both of them. But one thing we know, Keyshawn got that confidence, athleticism, star power. Haney brings, again, that championship excellence, elite skills, name recognition. Haney's got that dog in him and a whole lot of experience. A whole lot of experience. And I think this could be a matter of, see, people still think Devin Haney's 19, 20 years old. Devin Haney out here, what is he, going on 30? He about to be a pop-pop. Devin Haney about to be a pop-pop. That motherfucker start getting gray in his hair here pretty soon. So understand, boy, this shit is like the future and Keyshawn Davis colliding with the past of Devin Haney. You know what I'm saying? It's a really, really good fight. A really good fight. And I'll tell you what, Keyshawn and Haney, they just have more buzz, man. I don't understand. I'm trying to, why they have more buzz than Spence and Tszyu and Ennis and Zayas? But you know what could be fueling the excitement is Devin Haney, former undisputed, polarizing figure, huge fan base, huge critics. And so you know they're talking. And Keyshawn Davis, Olympic silver medalist, dynamic personality, seen by many as boxing's next superstar, had the drama out there in Norfolk when his brother lost, had the drama a little bit, smoking the weed, pulling on that devil's lettuce. Then in his last fight, man, he slammed Albright, you know, so this isn't your typical fight. This isn't your typical fight. And, you know, I'll be honest with you, it could be a changing of the guard moment. It could be. And something else that's a changing of the guard, talking about the ladies. You got Elif Turhan against Tellez, man. So women's boxing is continuing to expand. Turhan appeared on another major card. It just gives the Turkish fans a chance to see her, you know, get busy. Another opportunity to evaluate a prospect. Well, actually a title, someone who's a champion. To go on out here, man, and see if she can possibly get that fight with Caroline Dubois. Now, Caroline Dubois has plans to fight Han, but if she beats Han and Turhan wins her fight against Tellez, then that's the obvious fight to make for Undisputed. But I'm going to tell you right, in women's boxing, I think the sport, they have a lot of great women, but they need new stars. They need them to bubble up. We need more name recognition, to be familiar with these faces. Every appearance matters. And I think when Turhan and Taya's get in that ring, they're going to go all out. Because look, we're talking about them now. We've never been talking about them before. And they could thank Claressa Shields for that shit. Because everybody looking at women's boxing now because of Claressa. And remember, the attention, I don't think she knew the way she was acting was going to have so many people watching women's boxing. And her getting involved with Caroline Dubois as a friend has everybody looking at Caroline Dubois and who's the names that are calling her out and who she's calling out. Then with AB, people already knew who she was more than Dubois, but now people are looking at her and, who's she going to fight and what's her story? So the bottom line is every appearance matters for these women, especially with Katie Taylor and Amanda Serrano. Look like they're about to both retire. There's an opportunity for someone to step in and be the new face of women's boxing. And Turhan and Taylor both want that. Now, I already talked about AJ, man, and this Itauma bullshit. Hopefully he can leave that alone. Now, Cris Cyborg and Claressa Shields. When is this going to stop? Now, the conversation continues, but we got to be real. Cyborg, we know you want to fight. And I would love to see you fight Claressa Shields, but, it just seems like it's a whole lot of almost damn near, years of discussion and years of trolling without meaningful progress. Claressa is not thinking about fighting no damn Cyborg. Just like Layla Ali was thinking about fighting Claressa. So this thing about will a fight happen? Fight ain't happening. Claressa is not going to fight her. This $2 million. I tell you, they get that number up to $4 or $5 million. Claressa will fight her, but she ain't messing with her. Her career is being carefully manufactured, carefully crafted. They can't afford to mess up with Claressa Shields. And let me tell you, we talked about it on my live several times. This is where it could go bad for Claressa. Not even a loss. Fight Cyborg, defeat Cyborg, but Cyborg goes a whole 12, and Cyborg have moments where she lands hard shots on Claressa. That is a horrible, horrible scenario. So as far as Cris Cyborg, unless you're gonna get the money up, I'm just telling you, I don't think Claressa gonna fight you. Big Walt can be like, man, please. She ain't messing with you. Now they got a freak show about to take place, Tommy Fury and Eddie Hall. Hey, look, y'all can act like y'all aren't interested, but y'all gonna watch this shit. Tommy Fury, Tyson Fury's younger brother. He's a boxer. He beat Jake Paul. He's a reality star. He's an influencer. Scrapping with Eddie Hall, the former world's strongest man. Huge size advantage for Eddie Hall. He got freakish power. No one knows exactly what's going to happen, but we'll be watching. I'm going to watch that. That shit's going to be funny. But something that's not funny, boy, is Artur Beterbiev came out here and he slammed Jai Apatow. He slammed him. He said, Jai Apatow is a dirty fighter. Let me show you what he said. Because I was like, damn, Beterbiev, you out here putting the goddamn Twitter bing-bings on David Benavidez. But he said quite a few things. But I'm gonna show you what he said. Because I was a little shocked. I ain't gonna lie. I was a little shocked to hear him say that. Right here. Benavidez is the kind of guy who talks a lot more than he actually does, but it must be said that he's being handled very skillfully. He's already a world champion in 3 weight classes, but his boxing is dirty. Some of his victories are certainly questionable. He had a fight with Anthony Yardy, and I agreed to fight him after that. His team apparently didn't expect me to agree so quickly, so they immediately changed their mind and chose Ramirez. Now, that's putting duck sauce on the fried rice. I don't care what you say. That was a year ago. Generally, this has become the norm in boxing. Sometimes I'll box, sometimes I won't, choosing opponents. I like this one, I don't like that one. I have a different mentality. That's foreign to me. This is what Beterbiev said. So now you hear that. What you think about old Beterbiev? You know Beterbiev ain't out here chasing no damn clout. We know Beterbiev hits hard. He's physical. He pushes boundaries. Benavidez hits hard. He's physical. He'll push boundaries. But people are looking at Benavidez fights and saying, yo, he's always fought dirty. Now, I've looked at some. I haven't spent as much time as others. I don't know if I want to put that head on Benavidez, but Does look like if he can get an elbow in on your ass, he'll throw one, because he sure as hell did. Against El Zurdo, had his ass seeing them goddamn birds flying around like a goddamn, one of them goddamn Wile E. Coyote and Roadrunner cartoons. Benavidez, he elbow binged him, didn't he? I was like, God damn. But the bottom line is Benavidez is one of the boxing's biggest attractions, and so is Beterbiev. But that's a fight that needs to happen, man. But let me tell you this. Y'all know I got to bring this up. This debate is not going to die because I'm going to keep it alive. Benavidez should just fight Jai Patel. Others say no. Benavidez has major business at light heavyweight. Man, Benavidez already saying he wants to stay at cruiserweight. So fight Itauma. Itauma is focused on cruiserweight. Benavidez looking for big money. You know what I'm saying? This is the mega fight. And if they want to build it, I mean, it is what it is, but I guess the longer fans discuss it, the bigger it becomes. But you could just see Benavidez, he's not in a rush to get in that ring with Jai Patel. And for obvious reasons. And I think one is Jai Patel is a real threat. Two is David Benavidez wants to get a few more accolades under his belt. So if he does enter that fight, he enters it as, maybe the undisputed cruiserweight champion. But the bottom line is, just fight Itauma, right? We're getting annoyed. Now, Adrien Broner is back. He's back on top according to himself. Now he's calling out Floyd Mayweather saying, let's do an exhibition, $100 million apiece. That's enormous money. And, it probably got Floyd Mayweather's attention, but if it's true, there's $100 million there for him and Floyd. Maybe it works out. I mean, you got both names are recognizable, both attract attention, and exhibitions continue generating huge money. So the question becomes, how realistic is the number? But, fans remain skeptical but interested. But I would like to see AB and Floyd fight. Right now is the time to do it. Because AB has a new fan base. In addition to the boxing fans, he has casuals now. AB has a much younger audience watching him now. He's got that. His numbers may be bigger than Jake Paul's. He may be up there with Jake Paul now. You know what I mean? He is internet famous, streaming famous, got the young crowd behind him now. So AB, he may be able to get in with Floyd. I don't know about 100 apiece, but there'll be some millions, I'll tell you that. Maybe like 25 apiece. 50 apiece. I don't know. Because he has that audience. Anyway, man, we'll see what the future holds for these guys. The boxing world's changing fast. It's like a war going on out there. Who's going to survive it? You know what I'm saying? But that being said, y'all keep cool. I'm in the breeze.